All right, are you ready to save major dollars on those top ticket baby items by buying them secondhand? If so, then this video is for you because I'm going to be sharing my top 10 favorite secondhand baby items that I saved over $1,300 on by buying them used. Yes, you heard that correctly. And that's even on the conservative end because I could have paid more for some of these items, as I'm going to be showing you soon. So what I'm going to do is break down each of the items, where I found them, how much I paid, and how much they cost retail. And of course, some of you are probably thinking, well, I'm just gonna make a baby registry and people are gonna give me these items. Maybe. That could happen. That's so very true. But it might not. And so maybe just have an idea of items that you might be willing to get secondhand. Make a list, share them with your family, share them with your friends. Maybe they're thrifty, maybe they even have some of these items laying around because they've already had a couple kids and they're willing to pass it on to you. There are so many ways to save money here because babies are very expensive. My son is 7 months old right now, and he was born 4 weeks early at 4 pounds, 4 ounces, and spent 10 days in NICU. So you never know what's going to happen, and unexpected costs definitely come up. Make a list of these things if you think it'll be helpful and share it with friends and family. That's what I did, and that actually helped me find some of these items because I had friends and family who were out garage sailing and doing stuff like that. So yes, I'll be sharing that I was able to find some of these items, not only at garage sales, but at thrift stores, secondhand consignment shops, and online sites like Facebook Marketplace, my favorite, and of course, places like eBay and Poshmark, and many others. I would love it if you take a moment to subscribe and of course give this video a thumbs up. It helps me so much here on YouTube. I'm definitely going to be making more content, hopefully like this in the future. And I am so curious to hear from you. Are there any other items that you have found secondhand that you've absolutely loved or maybe not loved? Because some of these items I thought we would use a lot and then we just didn't even use. And I think that's the beauty of getting them secondhand, is not paying that top dollar for it and then not even using it. Of course, I'll keep some of these items for maybe future babies who will use it, but my son currently just didn't use some of these, but then used other items way more than I thought he would. So I'm going to break all of that down for you. All right, we're going to jump onto my computer shortly and I'm going to share my screen with you and show you all of this stuff that way. Okay, let's start by talking about diaper bags. Diaper bags are so important because you literally pack it with you everywhere you go with that baby, and you want to make sure that it's going to be functional and work for you when you're out and about, traveling, going to daycare, etc. Now, this Eddie Bauer bag was recommended to me by a friend. I loved how convenient and easy it seemed to use, and just viewing it on another mom, and I thought for sure this is what I wanted. But as you can see at my local store, it's not available for pickup. It can't be delivered. It can do shipping here. Now, when I was shopping for this bag, I was not able to, of course, find it in stores, and I decided early on that I wanted to try to find it secondhand. So I was able to find several of this bag on Poshmark. I put in a few offers and no one accepted those offers. And so I actually went ahead and found it on Marketplace. So I found this bag, the same bag that even used the stock photo that you just saw from Target, and I bought it on Facebook Marketplace with shipping. So I purchased it for $30 and $8 shipping, and it came in really good condition used. I was super happy about that. Now, my issue with this is, although it's super functional and I love this bag for traveling and going on big trips, I do not love this bag for everyday use, like going to the grocery store and just regular errands. It's too heavy for me. I am a small person and it really made my back hurt, and I was not in love with that. A friend had gifted me another diaper bag. She had gifted me this freshly picked classic diaper bag, so the large one, and it's very size-wise comparable to the Eddie Bauer bag. So this bag I actually really loved. She found it at a garage sale and paid, I don't believe, very much for it. We did a trade, so I had given her a few dresses and she sent me this diaper bag. It did have a broken buckle, and my husband was able to muscle it back into place so that it was very functional and worked just fine. I had a few stains. It was kind of like, used on the inside, but it wasn't a problem. This backpack diaper bag was much lighter and felt better on my back, and again is a great bag for traveling, and it just has an overall kind of more dressy look and appearance to it, and that's what I really liked about it. But again, it did still like make my back hurt in a pretty short amount of time. So this is another bag that I keep for like trips, and if I were going somewhere and we need like a lot of extras, I'll pack this one. But then what I found is, because I really did love this bag, I opted to look for the mini. And as you can see, these retail prices are pretty steep for a diaper bag. So I searched online again for this mini, and it's perfect for my everyday running errands with baby. It fits exactly what I need. And I found it on Facebook Marketplace again. I got a super great deal on this one. I paid $40 plus $4 shipping. Now, this was the only picture of it, and I was like, oh, this is such a great deal. It's going to go fast, and so I just bought it. It didn't come in the best condition. Like, really, it's completely fine, but the buyer did leave some kind of like crummy, like literally like crummy items in the diaper bag, and so I did have to clean it out when it arrived. But overall, it's great, and I love it. It feels so much better on my back, and I love taking this with me as my everyday diaper bag. So that was quite a savings on diaper bags overall, just right there in the first like baby item. So next we're gonna go to pack and play. Now, I knew that we need pack and plays for traveling, and we don't have any family local, so if we're going to see family, we have to travel and most likely take a pack and play with us. We also just weren't sure at the beginning, like if we were going to get a regular bassinet and if we would just get a pack and play and use that bassinet. So we were definitely on the lookout, but just weren't quite sure what we needed or wanted. And my mom was able to find a pack and play at a thrift store, actually, with just, it was kind of like this, but a different brand. It just was a basic pack and play with the bassinet. It didn't have this like feature, like this kind of hangy piece that you play with over top of it. So she was able to find it at a thrift store for around like the $10 mark. She was able to open it up and make sure it was clean and not too worn out, that all the sides kind of popped up and it was functional. And so that was a great deal she had found. And then later on, out thrifting, I was able to pick up a second pack and play very similarly, just again the bassinet and the regular old basic pack and play for $15, and I bought the second one for my mother-in-law's so that we wouldn't have to drag it with us when we go to visit. 2 pack and plays for around $25 was a great savings. Okay, moving on to baby carriers. I really wanted to try out the Baby Born carrier, and I knew that I'd seen a lot on the secondhand market. So it wasn't even something I was considering buying new or putting on my baby registry, because I felt like I for sure could get one used. So this is on the Baby Bjorn site, and I just wanted to show you like the different styles. I'm pretty sure the style I have is this mini version. Anyways, it looks like it retailed for probably around $100, and I paid $15 for the one we got, and it's so great. Baby carriers are weird because you just don't know if you're going to use them every day or if you're only going to use them on trips. And for us, we definitely only use the baby carrier on trips. I've used it a couple times out shopping, like if I knew I was going into a store that wasn't great for trying to get a stroller in and out of and they didn't have carts, then I would put him in the baby carrier. But he just doesn't need it. I didn't know if I would need it for like doing dishes or cooking or whatnot, and it just hasn't been something that we've needed. But this Baby Born carrier is so easy to get on and take off, and I've loved it for trips. So I paid $15 for about a $75 savings on that. Also, I should say, I've seen tons of baby Bjorns on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, even Facebook Marketplace for local and shipping. So check all of those places. And then, of course, I got mine at a garage sale. During garage sale season, you can probably come across them. And also buy, sell, trade stores like Once Upon a Child. Moving on. The Dockatot. So this Dockatot is actually, there's a baby lounger, I guess is what you can call them. There's tons of different baby loungers on the market. So Dockatots, the Snuggle Me Organic. There's these kind of knockoffs that look like a Dockatot, very similar design. There's so many different baby loungers on the market. Now, I've had friends say that they love the baby lounger or their little one hated the baby lounger and they didn't use it at all. So I was definitely wanting to try one of these out, but did not want to pay $175 or even $100 new for one of these loungers. I had a friend, a local friend, that had asked me last season or last spring, summer, around garage sale season, what I was going to be looking for out garage sailing, and I told her a Dockatot or some sort of baby lounger. And lo and behold, she was able to find one. She was able to find the Dockatot. Actually, this white one here is what she had found. And she found it for $20. It definitely been loved, but that was okay for me. I'll probably talk about in a different video how a baby lounger is something that you may or may not want to get used. But I think if you're someone and you're just unsure if you're really going to use it and if you can find it used, great, just try it out. Or maybe try one of the cheaper knockoff versions first. On Marketplace, on sites, again, like eBay, Poshmark, there's tons of these out there. So this is my local marketplace, and here's all the Dockatots, just Dockatots, that are available. So you can see, like, some are pretty pricey still, but let's see, there's got to be a couple here. Here's a grand for $50. You can buy new covers for these. This one I can see, like, has some yellowing in it. It's probably used a lot, but it's for the Dockatot and the Boppy. This one kind of looks like the one I had, kind of the same condition, where it's probably the cover was taken off and washed a lot. So again, $60. You might be able to talk these people into coming down a little bit in price. This one looks pretty decent. This green one for $80. That's so much better, like half the price for a Dockatot. I will say we also always covered ours. What I found worked best to cover was actually the small Bassinet like sheets that you could get. Worked really well to go over these Dockatots, and I'll try to insert some photos of my son. Now we use this, I want to talk about it. We use the Dockatot for 3 to 4 months, like solid. Like he slept in it all the time for daytime naps out in the living room. We have a large dog, so I would set the Dockatot on our coffee table, and of course it was safe because he couldn't roll, and we had a pretty wide coffee table. He couldn't move around. So we felt really safe, and it kept him off the ground, so we knew our dog wasn't going to accidentally step on him or something, because he just wasn't used to being around a baby. But we loved the Dockatot. Once he started rocking and getting ready to roll, we stopped using it, because it was very clear, like, we've outgrown this. So this is something like we loved, we used all the time, and then we're just done with and like have no use for it now. These Playmats. So let's see, this Playmat actually that I'm kind of have my cursor over is probably about the closest, one of the closest. Actually this Fisher Price one may be even closer, because ours does kind of light up and play some music. I found ours, a different version of it, at a garage sale for $15, and it does like have this mirror. So yeah, this one is definitely the closest to what we have. Why spend $100 on this item that they're only going to maybe use for, again, a few months? My son is 7 months now, but he's definitely getting to the point where he's losing interest and wants to roll around and get into other things. Okay, let's move on to the bouncy seat. So my mom actually found a bouncy seat very similar to this one here for about $5 at a garage sale, and our son did not hardly use it. He sat in it a handful of times for a very short amount of time, and it was just not where he wanted to be. He was either on the Dockatot or on the Playmat. And then actually, we do have one of these exerciser jumperoos that we were gifted new. So he went from the Dockatot, the Playmat, directly into one of these, and he just never sat or wanted to be in a bouncy seat. So I'm so glad that we were able to find one used for $5 and not spend that type of money on an item that we just didn't need. So, I mean, it's so personal. Every baby will have their own preferences, and your little one might love a bouncy seat and hate the Dockatot. You just don't know. And I guess that's the whole point of this video. Okay, the Bassinet. So we have the Halo Bassinet Glide Sleeper, and I found this on Facebook Marketplace, and I picked it up for $40. Such a great deal, and the mom who sold it to me even threw in an extra sheet that she had gotten off Amazon. So I did have a couple sheets for it. There are a few different versions of this Halo Bassinet here, and this was just what I found, and it just so happens to be Amazon choice. I think you can buy it at Target or Walmart as well. But yeah, it was a great bassinet. It worked really well, and we'll keep it for future children. So that was a great savings for us. A bottle warmer. I ended up finding this Philips Advent bottle warmer at a thrift store, brand new in box. I actually paid $20 for it at a thrift store, which seemed pretty pricey, but I still saved $30. And we used it quite a bit while I was pumping, because I would pump and I was pumping exclusively, and sometimes I would have to put the breast milk in the fridge and then it would need to be warmed up. Once I stopped pumping, we stopped using the bottle warmer, so I did put it away. But I found that this Philips Advent bottle warmer actually worked for our Dr. Brown's bottles just fine, and it wasn't really an issue. We used it while traveling. It was easy to pack up. So definitely glad that we found it secondhand. I was able to save $30 on this item because, again, it was only used for 3.5, 4 months. Moving into these nursery changing tables. This is probably, I feel like, one of the best finds that saved us a huge amount of money was our changing table. So changing tables actually can get kind of spendy unless you just go with something really basic like this, but even that seems expensive for what it is. On average, it looks like around $200, and you could just buy a dresser from like IKEA. And at the time I was pregnant and searching for dressers, IKEA was like out of every dresser, so there was just nothing in stock. Turned to Marketplace, and what I ended up finding, I'll put in a little video clip of the nursery once I've stopped kind of talking about nursery stuff. But anyway, let's take a look at some other ones. So here's Target. Here's just a basic dresser. Here's a changing table. Again, we're looking at $200, $250. Easily could spend $300 on a dresser or a changing table for your nursery. And we ended up finding a Pottery Barn. So I had Pottery Barn pulled up. We ended up finding a Pottery Barn changing table. It's definitely older. It's seen some love, but we ended up finding a Pottery Barn changing table, solid wood, for $35. And it is so great. So again, I'll insert a video clip once I'm done going through some of these. More dressers, changing tables from Bye Bye Baby. Again, pretty spendy here. Okay, here's Facebook Marketplace. Here's my local. You can pick these up. $100, $35 for this one, $100. That seems fair. I feel like I got a crazy good deal for my $35 changing table, because a lot of people want, well, this one's $50. I guess this is maybe not the style everyone would want. Yeah, some people still want some pretty good money, but it makes sense because they're expensive. This one's really cute. Okay, and then I got the topper at a garage sale. So the topper that I got is this one here, this Munchkin one, and I paid $2 at a garage sale for this changing top.
And lastly, we're going to talk about the rocking chair or a rocker for your nursery, because these two can get very expensive. So we looked at Bye Bye Baby, and I don't know, I wasn't in love with anything, and these prices just seemed silly to me for some of these basic rockers. I mean, this is $300. I guess that's okay, but definitely not going to spend $730 for a rocking chair glider. So I turned to Facebook Marketplace, checked the local pickup only, but I specifically for ourselves, I wanted a leather recliner rocker, and I'll show you that here in a moment. So what we actually found. But this is cute. It's $300, but that's still a much better savings if you're looking at some of those compared to Bye Bye Baby. Here's a cute one for $40. So lots of options out there if you're looking for a used rocker. Maybe a family member has a rocker that you could find. So I personally wouldn't have wanted a wooden rocker. I just don't think that would have been very comfortable. But there are a few good options up here. And again, you can save yourself quite a bit of money by buying used.
So here we are walking into my son's nursery, and I just wanted to give you a quick look at the leather rocking chair and the changing table, because those are the pieces that I did purchase from Facebook Marketplace. And this leather recliner it also rocks, which is perfect in what I was on the search for. It's a bit smaller than most leather recliners, which I do love for the space. And it did have like a few like marks on it already, which was totally fine. For $75, this was a great deal. But as you can see, like maybe I haven't cleaned off all of the baby spit up, and that's what I love about leather. All of our like living room furniture is also leather, and the cleanup is just so easy. I can't imagine having this chair be cloth and the amount of spit up it has seen. So this has been a great piece that we invested in for this room that was also just really reasonable, $75 again. Now this changing table is actually a Pottery Barn, and I didn't know until we picked it up. And it's an older Pottery Barn version. I've never been able to find the exact one online, but this has been a great changing table, and it does have obviously some marks and scuffs and stuff. It was $35 on Marketplace. I replaced the handles with these fun little knobs because they were not in great condition, but I don't love them for this dresser, but they're fine. What I do think is so great is that this piece is real wood, and I could sand it down and restain it or even paint it to kind of match better with our crib and just other stuff in the room. But yes, on the back it does say that it's from Pottery Barn, and this top piece can be removed. It's super functional and great. These trays are actually just teacher paper trays that I got in the fall, and they just match the room really well. So I just wanted to give you a quick look at that. Again, nothing in this room truly matches because they're pieces, family pieces, or because the crib was a family piece. But the rocking chair and the dresser were Facebook Marketplace pickups, and I originally thought the dresser was going to match the crib better than it does, and it's hard to tell on camera, but it's really fine. Again, it's something that I can redo in the future if I really truly want to, but just wasn't a big deal for us currently. I hope that was helpful and kind of easy to follow. I have taken a bit of a YouTube hiatus because of course I had my son, and this channel was originally a reselling channel, so it kind of falls into place with what this video topic is, but so much of my life has changed, and therefore this channel is also changing. I'm going to be focusing a lot more on mom content, I guess, and just parenting content, things we've used, product reviews, maybe some recipes. We're starting to get into solids. I just hope that this channel can grow with my family, our family, I guess, because I am married, and there's so much that I think would be helpful to share, and some of the videos might be really short or some might be a little bit longer like this video. But again, please take a moment to subscribe if you haven't already, if this type of content interests you. Thank you so much again for being here, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.